Hello and welcome back, my Royal Rogues. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the Royal Rogue. And tonight we have the confirmation that Spotify will not renew Meghan's podcast, Arsewives, for a second season. And I am sad. I am truly sad about that. This meme describes my current feelings perfectly because you know how much work did it take to come up with a word like Arsewives? That hurts. Meghan must do something so I can keep saying it. Now, we had been talking about this for some time, and you might just be reading about it in mainstream outlets like this one, the Wall Street Journal, but many people are not aware of what are the implications about Meghan being fired from the largest podcast platform in the planet. My mistake. Spotify is not the largest podcast platform in the planet. YouTube is the largest podcast platform on the planet. So there's always a possibility that Meghan could create a YouTube channel called Arsewives. But again, dear Meghan, if you're watching this, I dare you. I double dare you to bring your podcast to YouTube because this is my territory and YouTube is not big enough to fit two egos like ours. Good thing is that since Methane was in Suits, that she might be aware that this kind of contracts, it's not like you can call it quits and leave for good. So I'm going to talk about the possible legal implications about this, regardless of the fact that they want to sell the narrative they parted ways in a friendly way. I am not so sure about that. Meghan Markle agent confirms her next career move as she parts ways with Spotify. What career move could that be? It has, however, been announced this week that the couple's audio production company Archwell Audio has now mutually agreed to part ways with Spotify moving forward. I would not say moving forward. I'd rather say moving away from Meghan. But all hope is not lost. There's a silver lining. Meghan Markle's management have revealed that she's continuing to develop content for fans and is working with another platform following the news that her and Prince Harry have parted ways with Spotify. Again, on both sides of the Spotify lawn, we got the monster YouTube and Apple podcasts. With YouTube is a rather new affair because they have practically launched their podcast platform in the last couple months, and they don't plan on offering exclusive productions anytime soon. I'm sure they noticed that Spotify pushing original podcasts did not go that well either way. So the other option would be Apple Podcasts, which has original productions, and maybe Arsewives could fit in. But then we stumble upon the problem of actual content creation. I don't care if we are talking about Harry and Meghan. I always wish that people succeed, that they get what they work for, that what they wish for, as long as they don't hurt anyone. Well, so far karma is not balanced in the Harkles' favor, but bear with me on this. Especially my fellow content creators, this is important for you. The biggest challenge today for anyone who creates content is that there is way too much content. And in fact, that could discourage people from having a shot at this. And it happened to me. I truly believed that there was too much video content, so I should not be making videos. Yet, here we are. The way to overcome this challenge is being unique, stand out, do something like nobody is doing it, and make sure you're the best in your field. It's not easy, but at least you know what it takes to succeed. What was Meghan's mistake? That she relied exclusively on her image, her clout, the attention that she could get so people could start listening to her podcast. But it was boring. I have to say, Arsewives was by no means bad. It was well produced. It was rather dynamic, maybe a bit too heavy on Meghan's anecdotes, but it was ultimately boring. And that's what killed it. It's that simple. And I know the exact reason why it was boring. It was boring because Meghan played it too safe. She did not take chances. She had the opportunity to make a breakout show, and she didn't. Not to mention that she made it exclusively in audio format. I'm going to ask you a question. How many times have you stumbled upon a clip of a podcast that you have never seen, but that clip piques your interest into finding out more about the guest or the podcast itself. Right, that's how you get viral on TikTok or Instagram or even YouTube, because we are visual. Just the message is the same, it's sound, it's voice, but we like to see the people talking. Meghan did not do this out of sheer control. No, it's gonna be audio only, it's gonna be heavily edited. That doesn't work. You have to read the room. Look for the 10 most watched podcasts, and they are all based on video. And now they are desperately trying to spin this as if this is some kind of success for the Harkles. Just like this headline: Meghan Markle and Harry leave Spotify with stronger position in Hollywood. I mean, what? Our swipes winning a People's Choice and Gracie Award solidifies the ability of Harry and Meghan to be award-winning media personalities and further ensures they remain in the public consciousness. That will be a bit difficult given the fact that Meghan did not show up to receive either of these awards in person. That's how much she cared about them. That gives you the perfect insight on how humble the Monster Shit Show couple are. If Meghan was truly engaged with Arsewives, if it was truly the product of her effort, maybe her attitude had been different. But if you don't take your own content seriously, how do you expect others to react? The feedback and ratings would be disappointing, but by no means it was a failure, as they drove an awareness to stereotypes leveled against women. And Meghan proved that she will try her hand at anything and move on to whatever's next, he said. Notice how even that wording is a bit uninspiring. Move on to whatever's next. You think that will build hype? But it gets worse. However, as an entertainment expert tells Newsweek, despite the apparent setback, the pair have earned impressive credit to further their careers in Hollywood. Yeah, I'm not making this up. Someone wrote this, someone proofread this, and someone greenlighted this. Insane. But as John Donne said, no man or woman is an island, and no project worth it can be done on your own. And Taz has the best words to say this. The determined Duchess is set to continue producing podcasts on a different platform. Well, that's going to be funny, as the woman who actually created and produced Arsewives quit Arsesmell Audio and was so pissed about her treatment, she ranted on TikTok. Yeah, that brings me to the main point of the legal issues. I don't know what kind of contract did Meghan and Harry have with Spotify, but one thing is for sure, I doubt that it was based on pure deliverables. Deliverables means that you get paid, you produce the content, and that's it. Because that would mean that the 20 million for one season that took ages to be produced, well, it was a very bad investment. Now, think about this. I said at some point that Spotify could have signed these two morons up just for marketing and brand awareness. The misfire must have been so colossal that Spotify is not only accepting publicly that it was a bad investment on the content, but if it was a brand marketing ploy, then it backfired even more. Because accepting this failure means eroding the trust of stakeholders. So when you think about it, Spotify preferred to A, not produce any more content with the Harkles, and B, acknowledge to their stakeholders that they made a very bad business decision. That's the extent that they wanted to get rid of the Harkles. It's baffling that those satirical headlines that made us laugh 1 week ago turned out to be more real than we thought. My Royal Rogues, if I made you smile or even laugh today, you can show some love just hitting the like and subscribe buttons. It's completely free and the best way to support my daily royal news and memes. The two most important words: much love and bliss.